Do aliens exist and are they among us? Are weird creatures lurking in the darkness? Do evil entities hide in the shadows of your bedroom while you sleep? Join us as we explore all this and more on the Warped Reality Podcast.
What's going on, all you crazy ghost enthusiasts out there? It's your boy Ghost Joe of the Warped Reality Podcast. Welcome to episode 10 of the Warped Reality Podcast. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I have an awesome show planned for you tonight. Some great paranormal news, some great segments, and maybe some other stuff too. We have nothing else? What? I'm talking to myself right now, but yeah. Okay, on with the show. So let's start this show off right, guys. I'm going to start with the Haunted eBay segment that I just premiered on my last episode. So the first item that we have up here is Haunted Bucket. Now, as I'm looking at this, it only has 22 hours left, but there are 0 bids, so I'm sure it will be relisted. The starting bid is $50. But if you want to buy it now, it's $150. Shipping is $44.65, and it's coming from North Little Rock, Arkansas. All right, so let's read this description, shall we? Haunted pail. It's actually a pretty sad story, though, so pretty weird. So check this out. Haunted pail. This wooden pail was used by Mavis Arnold to collect pears and apples. Mavis was psychologically impaired, especially upon the death of her first and only child. At 3 days old, the baby passed away. For reasons unknown, Mavis carried the deceased child in the pail until her husband returned from a short trip and contacted the authorities. Mrs. Arnold spent 2 months in an institution, then committed suicide as soon as she was returned home. Warning: some owners of the pail have become ill. Due to this, we ask that the buyer keep it enclosed somehow and ask that you do not purchase this item with the intent to gift it in order to cause harm. Well then, so do you guys want to send it to somebody? Like, you know how you could send like those flowers to people and, you know, just, hey, check out this pail. Who the hell gives you a pail for... all right. Whatever. Yeah. So haunted pail. All right. On to the next item. Haunted/evil witches box. And then it says very active. Do not open. The price is $40. Shipping is $10. Yeah. Oh, there's 5 watchers on it too. So let's see the description now. This is one out of many demonic ritual witches boxes I was given. This man practices black magic and claims to capture spirits inside these boxes during rituals. I put these in my shed because I do not want them in my house. These, in all caps, these are not toys and should not be opened! ! If so, then open at your own risk! ! Emoji! ! This man is very disturbed and follows the Satanic Bible, so be careful. This description will be on every box he gives to me. I'm just a little confused how you're so concerned about this guy who has these demonic boxes, but yet you're selling them on eBay. I mean, I know that you might want to make a buck somehow, but I mean, that's a little crazy. Okay, on to the next one. All right, and this last one is entitled Haunted Ring, Werewolf Testosterone Breakthrough! Lichen Blood Activation. The price is $99.99, of course. It's free shipping, and it's from Happy, Kentucky. Let me see here. No condition. Yeah. So let's read this. It's quite a long description, but we're gonna go through this. All right. Haunted ring, werewolf testosterone breakthrough. Feel the beast blood run through your veins. Today I present to you a powerful werewolf alpha male inducing ring. This enchanted ring will boost your testosterone and make you the leader of the pack. If you are struggling with becoming the alpha you know you should be, this ring is for you. Do not let your masculinity fade. Take the reins into your hands. You will feel the rush of beast blood. Before moving forward, know that this ring can be used by males or females looking to improve their testosterone production and have the power of a lichen on their very finger. This ring will increase your testosterone by exciting the organs responsible for regulating testosterone production. With more testosterone, you can build muscle easier. You will be more assertive, and people will be more attracted to you. Become more desirable and confident. Feel the beast blood inside you. Get a boost to personal strength and muscle. Become the beast. The testosterone production in people is declining, and it has been for decades. This is because of all the chemicals in our water and food, and the TV screens and phones and electricity in the air. I could go on. We are now living in the way we should be. We know that, and so does your body. So fight back against the abnormal environment you are forced to live inside. Do not let pollution and bad nutrition hold you back. Take control of your life with this ring. Become the head of your pack. Allow the beast blood to turn you into a masculine being. Don't let your hormones hold you back. This ring is size 9. You do not need to wear the ring to feel its effects. As long as you make contact with the ring at least once and then keep it near you, everything will go as planned. You may wear it on a chain or place it beneath your pillow at night. If you would like this vessel bound to you before arrival, please send your name and birth date in a message. Being bound with a vessel like this will allow you to have an easier time accepting the magic into your spirit, which will make its effects more readily available for you. This is something I offer free of charge, and I highly recommend the process. I am a reputable seller and have been for years. All of my items are authentic. You will receive a tangible item. You will be extremely satisfied with this purchase. Authentic. Be the alpha. Activate the beast blood. Lunar magic. That's that. You know what? That kind of sold me. This one's off the market, guys. All right, that's that's the end of Haunted eBay. Now, where the hell's my wallet? Hey, so have you guys ever heard of the quaint village of Pluckley? Although it has 1,000 residents, it's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the most haunted village in Britain. Approximately 15 spiritual entities are said to haunt the area. A small forested area in Pluckley Woods is known as the Screaming Woods. There have been numerous reports of the sounds of screaming men and women heard after dark, the souls of people who died while lost in the woods. There's also been claims of a man shouting in agony from the brickworks as he was tragically smothered by a wall of clay and drowned. There have also been visions of a horse-drawn carriage along with the sound of horses' hooves hitting the ground in Maltman's Hill. Back in 1997, one driver almost crashed when they heard the clatter of hooves on a tarmac road. A babysitter even reported seeing the coach with light pouring from its windows as horses pulled it along the street. A place called Fright Corner, that's pretty crazy, also has a ghostly highwayman who people have seen in a tree. Lady Daring was buried in a graveyard of a local church, St. Nicholas, in the 1100s, in a coffin made of lead with a red rose placed on top of her plot. There have been sightings of her, now known as the Red Lady, wandering the graveyard and wailing while she searches for the grave of her stillborn child. Pinnock Bridge is said to be haunted by a gypsy woman who made her living selling the watercress she collected from the stream below. She has been spotted sitting on the bridge and smoking a pipe. It's believed to be the spot where she lost her life after being accidentally burned to death. This is some crazy stories, guys. If you want to hear more stories from this village, just check out the show notes, and I've linked the article in there as well. So check it out. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit right now about some scientific explanations. Here are a couple of scientific explanations of what people may think are hauntings. This is in no way to be taken as me discrediting anyone's experiences, but it's just another way to look at it. In a field such as the paranormal, we always have to look to disprove rather than to prove, I feel. Some things are clearly what you are seeing, but as you'll hear right now, things may not be what they appear to be. The first one is called the fear frequency. It's a sound just below the threshold where humans can hear sound, which is 20 hertz. In 1998, an engineer named Vic Tandy spent a night with a few colleagues in a lab that was supposedly haunted. They all had experienced anxiety, distress, and felt cold shivers up and down their spines. Tandy even reported seeing a dark blob in his peripheral vision. Upon investigating a little bit, they found this silent fan that was running. It was generating sound waves at approximately 19 hertz. Once the fan was turned off, they all felt as if a weight was lifted off their shoulders and didn't experience anything for the rest of the night. Here's a serious one, actually. Carbon monoxide poisoning. It's been known to give people the familiar effects of witnessing a haunting. Some people here have heard footsteps, strange voices, have a feeling of being held down, and seeing apparitions. Carbon monoxide poisoning causes hallucinations and sickness. So do yourself a favor. Instead of taking out your PKE meter right away, check to see if your carbon monoxide detector has fresh batteries. Remember, it's a silent killer. Of course, there are many other scientific explanations for, well, pretty much everything. But this is just a reminder to you to look at different angles of things before coming to your conclusion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go down a dark, windy road to visit April on April's Creepy Corner. Take it away, April.
Hello, spooky friends. This is April's Creepy Corner, and in this episode, we are talking all about Element 115. Element 115 was only added to the periodic table in 2016, but yet it has attracted lots of attention because of its supposed connection to extraterrestrial technology. Some say that Roswell and Area 51 are just the tip of the iceberg, and that globally more UFOs have landed on Earth. So Element 115 is a man-made super heavy element that has 115 protons in its nucleus. It is very rare as it is made one atom at a time in particle accelerators and exists just a fraction of a second before it decays into another element. It was first discovered in 2003 in Russia by a group of scientists and was eventually given the name Moscovium because the area was located in Moscow. It took many years of research and trial and error to work out the kinks and the details. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's great, April, but this really doesn't sound very creepy at all. But wait, it gets better. Because Element 115 was being talked about for decades before it was actually discovered in connection to UFOs and aliens. In 1989, Bob Lazar went public with what he said was top secret information regarding Element 115. And for those of you who don't know, Lazar claimed to be a former employee of Area 51, and his job was to reverse engineer crashed alien saucers. He said he personally worked with Element 115, and that it was used to pilot alien spacecraft. Lazar said, quote, "It is impossible to synthesize an element that heavy here on Earth, and the substance has to come from a place where super heavy elements could have been produced naturally." He also said that he had seen evidence of anti-gravity propulsion technologies and a total of 9 alien spacecraft stored in a hangar at Area 51. But of course, the government does not confirm the employment of anyone who has worked at Area 51. But Lazar has repeatedly hinted that he took a piece of Element 115 from Area 51, and that this element is of great interest to the federal government. In fact, right in the middle of production of a documentary about Lazar's life, his private business, which was called United Nuclear Scientific, and it was a scientific supplies and equipment store, was raided by the FBI and local police. It is theorized that the FBI was attempting to recover samples of Element 115. No evidence of the existence of Lazar's Element 115 had ever surfaced. However, according to him, this alien artifact is a highly radioactive element that allows alien spacecraft to traverse the cosmos, impervious to gravity's effects. Lazar has said for years that he worked on material at Area 51 and that it can be used to power spacecraft. He said when it's exposed to radiation, it produces its own gravitational field, its own anti-gravitational field, and it's what is used to lift and propel the craft. Now, to date, there has never been any tangible evidence proving Lazar ever set foot inside of Area 51. For some ufologists, Lazar exemplifies what they hope to become mainstream legitimacy. Others see him as a truth teller, but he is certainly one of ufology's biggest and most named celebrities. Lazar says that after 30 years, he is tired of constantly defending himself and has no intention to continue it. But he also says that if he did have some of Element 115, he wouldn't reveal it. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode of April's Creepy Corner. Till next time, stay spooky.
Thank you for that awesome segment, April. Listen, guys, in the next couple episodes, I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more in-depth profile of Mr. Bob Lazar. It's a very interesting story, very interesting guy, it seems. I don't really know too much about him. I do know that the UFO community, as well as the scientific community and the government community, whatever, is very conflicted over this man's authenticity. So we'll delve into some of his stuff and we can make up our own minds, right? That's what this is all about. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about another lore called the Hat Man. So the Hat Man is a dark, ominous figure. Many know him as a shadow figure. He is said to visit people with turmoil in their lives, similar to poltergeists. His appearance varies, but most people view him as a tall man between 6 to 8 feet tall, sometimes wearing a trench coat or fedora, and he glances at a pocket watch at times as well. Some have observed him with red eyes or completely with a featureless face. He never says anything. He just causes severe fright and a disturbing and uneasy feeling to the people viewing him. Some think he may be an evil entity or a demon or someone that is interdimensional or even the cause of someone using astral projection. Many see him looming over their bed or in their doorway of their bedrooms. As terrifying as that sounds, most cases take place while people are startled awake in bed or extremely tired or in between sleep. So, can this be a simple case of sleep paralysis? Or do you think it's a sinister entity gazing upon people while sleeping? If you have ever had an encounter with the Hat Man or any shadow figure, give me a call at 845-379-1331 and leave me a voicemail because I want to hear about it. Or you could email me at ghostjoeny@gmail.com. As always, you could do so anonymously. But right now, I'm actually going to read to you an account that someone had with the Hat Man. So check this out. So this story is actually dated October 15th of this year, 2021. While living on a base in Anchorage, Alaska, I saw a tall man in my bedroom twice. One night I woke up to who I thought was my husband standing at the foot of our bed. I called out my husband's name and heard him groan next to me. I quickly looked at my husband, then back to the figure, but it had vanished. About a week later, I woke up again to see a tall man standing next to the bed on my husband's side. This time, I could see that the man appeared to be wearing a top hat and a trench coat. I saw my husband laying next to me, so I knew it wasn't him. A few seconds passed, and one of my dogs woke and began to growl in the direction of the figure. The figure then swung his coat over himself and disappeared. I have not seen him since. I later described the incident to my parents, and they told me as a child I would see a figure walking outside our house that I named Trenchcoat Man. Wow. That gave me a little bit of the chills. Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right. Hat Man. All right, everybody. It's that time. I read it on Reddit. So this one was posted a few months ago, and it's entitled Skinwalker Encounter. So a few years ago, me and my mom were driving home at like 3 a.m. We turned onto my street, and I was looking out the window when I saw the back of this super tall, lanky, whitish, gray, hairless figure walking in between two houses and about to go behind them. I still remember seeing its spine because it was hunched over and so skinny. I was really freaked out, but I figured I may have been seeing things since it was so late. I stayed quiet, and my mom kept driving, and a second passed, and my mom turned to me and went, "What the F was that?" My heart instantly dropped to my stomach. She saw it too. She said that when we turned onto the block, her high beams hit it. Its eyes glared like an animal's, so when the light hit it, and it had this big sharpish teeth and grimaced like it was angry at us, and then it turned and walked away. She described the same body as me and the same manner of walking, and that it turned from us and walked back behind the houses. We were so terrified we literally didn't know what we saw. She also said that when she was driving to get me, she saw a bunch of deer on the way to the bus stop, but on the way back, when she saw the thing, she saw no deer whatsoever. I live in a pretty suburban part of New Jersey, but I do have woods around. Me and my mom are still terrified by it, and I've never seen my mom so scared of something like that, especially since she's seen its face. Does anyone have any idea what I saw? That is super creepy. I mean, it sounds like the Rake, Skinwalker. That's a super scary experience. I hope I never come across any kind of experience like that. But yeah, there you go. I read it on Reddit. All right, guys. So as my final story that I have here, this one was on November 15th, actually. So that's today, apparently. A time traveler from the future has said that the Earth will soon be invaded by aliens who disguise themselves as a meteor shower. The TikTok star, aesthetic time warper, has been sharing horrifying prophecies for a few months now and has gotten over 1 billion views on the social media platform. Why couldn't I think of that? Like you just say a whole bunch of things that happen in the future. Hey guys, in 35 years, I'm going to eat dinner at 2:00 in the afternoon, and they're going to see if that happens. Like, okay, his fans hang on to his every word, and now he's back with another secret from the future, this time warning us about an alien invasion that will take place next year. He said that aliens will invade Earth in 2022 and will come unnoticed, disguised as a meteor shower, and that the incident will mark the start of an alien war. So basically what he's saying is that there's going to be a meteor shower that lasts for like 2 weeks, and that one of the meteors is going to look very different, and that's because that's the ship actually landing on Earth. Many people that have been watching this TikTok are sharing their skepticism for some reason. I don't get it, this guy has over 3.9 million likes and 611,000 followers, so, I mean, if you were a time traveler, wouldn't you create a TikTok? I mean, hell, people, of course, are saying their witty comments and everything, and it's pretty funny. So this guy has also predicted that they'll find Atlantis in 2022, and it's going to have human fish life there. They also had said that we were going to find a mirrored Earth in August, and that 8 humans would receive superpowers from the extreme energy of the sun in October. I got nothing. That's some TikTok right there. By the way, I have a TikTok as well. I put up some creepy, spooky stuff at times, and I'm trying to get it a little bit, more active, like the Instagram and the Facebook, and it's a little difficult, to keep up on all the social media stuff, but I try, but yeah, so check all that stuff out. You could find all of those social media links on warpedrealitypodcast.com. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to say, everybody, because I just realized that this isn't going to be airing until November 26th. So happy Turkey Day, everybody. I hope you guys ate a lot and, and saw some family and had some great holiday. So, there's that. Thanksgiving. Sure. On the next episode, which will be releasing on December 10th, I'm going to have a great interview with Mr. Elliot Van Dusen. He is a parapsychologist, an author, a paranormal investigator, and a retired Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer. And he was a great interview. You're going to love it. And I think I might have caught some EVPs in there too. So listen closely to some of the stuff, because I think there might be some voices in there that are pretty creepy. So check it out, listen to it pretty closely, and let me know what you hear. You know the name, you know the number, and you know the email address. 845-379-1331, ghostjoeny@gmail.com. All right, everybody. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you to April, as always, for her awesome segment. Thank you for everybody that helped contribute to this episode. And thank you to you guys for tuning in and listening. So until next time, everybody, later.
Thank you for listening to the Warp Reality Podcast. For more episodes, guest info, social media links, merch, and more, please check out warpedrealitypodcast.com. If you have a paranormal experience you'd like to share, questions, comments, or you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can leave me a voicemail at 845-379-1331 or email me at ghostjoeny@gmail.com. You could do so anonymously if you'd like. Also, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or warprealitypodcast.com. Have an awesome night, everyone, and don't forget to change your shorts.